Is the gas off?
It's off.
Oh. Is the plug unplugged?
It's unplugged.
Did you remember your keys?
Yes. Hello to all the viewers out there. I'm your host, Danny. Welcome to Beyond the Horizon. There are a lot of reports in the media of carbon monoxide poisoning or fires caused by gas explosions because people are careless with their gas water heaters. This has caused countless deaths and huge amounts of property damage. People are stuck between I can't not use it and it's impossible to avoid risk year after year. As humanity's resource needs sharply increase, resources are becoming scarcer, leading scientists to research various energy replacements or renewable energy.
The majority of what is called new energy consists of two main parts. The first part is easier for most people to understand. It's renewable energy, like solar, wind, or geothermal energy. This kind of energy is renewable energy. These energy types are widely known. The other kind is actually a different type of energy. If you lower energy consumption, that is a kind of new energy. Increasing energy efficiency is a new type of energy. Because of the fossil fuels you burn, the supply of old energy lessens. So this is a kind of new energy. This can be divided into two main categories. One is renewable energy, one is energy efficiency. That's another kind.
Solar energy, which is produced through sunlight, is another kind of energy that most people are familiar with. Most people are not familiar with technology that converts the thermal energy in the air into an energy source. But thermal air energy is actually more convenient than solar energy. Solar energy consists of two essential factors. First, it requires sunshine. Second, it requires installing solar panels. Then, solar rays can be converted into energy. Air thermal energy is not affected by sunlight. Thermal energy can be created as long as temperatures are 5 degrees Celsius. Besides, the installation fees are also less expensive than solar energy. Air thermal energy and air conditioning operate on similar principles, but the energy transfer directions are reversed. Air conditioners create cold air while emitting large volumes of heat. Air thermal energy sucks in outside thermal energy and emits cool air. Air conditioners use a lot of electricity and emit huge volumes of hot air, which damages the environment. Of the two machines, air thermal energy is much better. Taiwanese water heater manufacturers have used air thermal energy principles to develop an energy-saving heat pump water heater. Compared to traditional water heaters, it uses 70 to 90% less energy. And this water heater does not face the carbon monoxide poisoning, explosion, and electrical leak issues that so many people worry about. Also, this heat pump can dehumidify, filter the air, and lower air temperature while heating water. This is the most economical and eco-friendly new technology. Heat pump water heaters suck 3 parts thermal energy from the air, and an auxiliary air compressor requires another portion. Together, these make up about 40% of the electrical usage. Using heat exchange to create hot water and emitting cold air can save up to 75% electricity. Chinese characters have 6 different structures: pictographic, phonetic, figurative, demonstrative, associative compound, and semantic phonetic. The structure of the Chinese character for pump is misunderstood. It shows a rock being thrown into water and is pronounced bung, just like the sound a rock going into water makes. In view of the growing scarcity of many resources, entrepreneur Liang Yuanwen, in addition to seeking success in his business, hopes to make a contribution to society. During an energy research course, he met NTU New Energy Center professor Huang Bingjun. The two of them launched cooperative energy research that has lasted for over 10 years.
I met Director Liang 10 years ago. He was a devoutly religious, wonderful person. He mentioned to me that since his business had been successful, he wanted to invest in some things that would benefit humanity. I felt exactly the same. We fit perfectly together. That was what I wanted, so I had spent my life working on new energy. Mr. Liang and I shared an idea. It was a religious person's way of thinking. Our careers were already stable. I also wanted to make a contribution like this. Entering this field was actually quite difficult. In the beginning, I prepared 10 million NT dollars to work on this. Later, even 3 times that amount wasn't enough. In the end, we spent several times more. 10 times that amount still wasn't enough. But I thought that since I had a religious mindset and was happy working on this project, I eventually didn't consider the issues. I thought that I was doing the right thing, so I should just keep doing it.
After over 10 years of cooperation, Director Liang Yuanwen and NTU New Energy Center successfully developed multiple models that were suitable for thermal energy home appliance patent portfolios, breaking through the solar energy barriers of urban environments and skyscrapers and creating a milestone in the industry's technology. The product received patents from nations around the world. It can also be customized to meet consumer needs, providing higher efficiency, more reliable solutions.
We also worked with NTU New Energy Center to work through a few functional issues and overcome some on-site challenges. Of course, this technology is very stable. There are no issues with the technology itself, but the parts we are currently using are facing some on-site problems which may relate to unusual water quality, excessive water pressure, or environmental factors. These factors cause multitudes of problems. This may set off several of the equipment's protective mechanisms. So we utilized the current Japanese design from NTU. Without altering the stable operating conditions, we made extensive efforts and research. I believe that in the future, every part of our heat pumps will improve. Through cooperating with NTU, a better developmental direction and product will emerge, which will better address societal and global warming issues.
In spite of the developmental difficulties in the energy industry, Director Liang remains determined to make a contribution that will benefit later generations.
Actually, working on heat pumps 10 years ago was extremely difficult because there was almost no profit in it. We had no idea where the market would be. Most Taiwanese entrepreneurs follow the second-comer philosophy. They want to wait until you open a market, then they come and fight you for it. I was thinking that if this was the case, if every person thought like this, then there was no hope for this society. But there are always some fools, and they are really fools, who take the lead. They don't care, and they cut a path for future generations. Mr. Liang really made a selfless contribution. I consider myself extremely fortunate that he was standing behind me. With his help, the NTU New Energy Center has been completely reborn over the past decade. Because I had the strong technological support of the industry behind me, I could forge ahead without worry. Because Taiwan's electricity costs are a lot lower than in many countries, a lot of countries not only have high electricity costs, but actually encourage using this technology. Some governments provide special deals or even give away this equipment for free. The government pays for this. I think that our government should deeply consider this kind of energy question and establish a special law that can allow this technology to be used in all households.